Forum. How you doing? How you be? Top to the AV, and this is a kind of an interesting one. So there's this video on YouTube about a guy with a controller, perhaps actually gaming with the controller on mobile for Genshin Impact. So he is using Genshin Impact, but he is gaming on a controller, which is very, very hard to do because it doesn't have controller support. The controller he was using took me a while, but I ended up finding it. It's this guy here. It is the Ipega PG9129. It doesn't say PG9129 on the box, but I did find the controller here. We're going to unbox it, take a look at it, and see if it really can allow you to game using mobile for Genshin Impact with a controller right after this. All right, this should be a relatively quick unboxing. There's not really a whole lot to say about this guy. It is Bluetooth 4.0. On the Amazon website, there does show to be a app that allows you to map buttons, etc. So I'm hoping that that is enough to make it work with the Genshin Impact, but we will find out together for sure. So we're just gonna go ahead and open this guy up. I'm sorry, I'm not good with knives. Also not good with this packaging. Okay, there we go. And let's get the other one here and alrighty. Okay, probably shouldn't leave that open. Okay, let's open this guy up and let's see what it has to say for itself here. We do have another controller here for comparison, so we can actually see, you know, compare buttons. So we're just going to go ahead and open this guy up here, and we're just going to go like that. Shouldn't be a whole lot in here. Okay, yeah, so it's just a piece of plastic. And there's your controller here. If we put it off to the side there, we see that it does come with some instructions. I will go over this so that you don't have to do so yourself here. Let me just do like that. That way you can see it. So we just move that over to the side here. So on the box here, basically it does say that it does have support for iOS and Android. There is an app, but it's supposed to be plug and play. Just connect it to your Bluetooth and away you go. So this is the controller here. It also comes with, it looks like a charging cable, USB charging cable. So let's go ahead and move this off to the side here and let's just feel it. So this feels pretty good. Now, one thing they did say is that this was meant for shooters, particularly like a Call of Duty Mobile or a PUBG, so we will be trying that. The trigger sensitivity is supposed to be a lot better. So for example, I know when we did the review of the Razer Kishi, the trigger sensitivity, I had to push all the way down on the R2 in order for it to actually register a muzzle flash. But hopefully with this guy here, it seems to be a little bit better, because if you look, the R2 is a little bit more elongated, so it's a little bit easier to press here, as opposed to the Razer Kishi where the button travel was just way too far. It was so far that in order, because you're thinking that it should pick it up like right around here, so you're thinking that, and because it doesn't, and you're not shooting your gun, you overcompensate, and when you overcompensate, you're no longer aiming at that particular guy's head. Now you may be missing that guy, and then you have to readjust. So hopefully with this particular triggers, they should be better for that. But we will test both. Oh, that's nice. So we will test both Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile just to see how this works. So this right here opens up, and it's actually pretty big. I like on the box here, it says it has support for iPad right there. But what's interesting is, like, iPads are huge. So I was kind of curious to see, you know, how far will this guy stretch? And not that far. On top of that, this is very, very, very plasticky. Now, granted, it's not super expensive, this particular controller, but I can't say for sure if this guy will hold up on the test of time, but it looks like it can support a multitude of phones with a size this big, and cases. So you may not have to take your phone out of your case like you have to do with the Razer Kishi here. But if I had to compare buttons, I would say I like the thumbsticks on here better than here, because this has a little bit more grippiness to them. And then I also obviously like the right triggers better, because this right here feels more manly. That's the best way to say it here. So on as far as the buttons here, it has a back, a start, a clear, and a turbo. And then we have the power button here. Okay, cool. And it just comes straight on here. So yeah, it is micro USB as far as charging. And we're gonna go ahead and hook this up and see what it does. Alrighty, so the the app is actually called ShootingPlusV3. And what I've gathered so far here is that to pair it, all you have to do is press the power button for a few seconds here until it becomes available. As you can see there, PG 9129, and we're just going to select it and pair. All right, cool, and it's paired. So it can actually fit a phone with its case. Like for example, this is a case, but it's a very, very thick case. If you see, my wallet's in it. So it actually can still fit that. It's a little top heavy though, so that's something to be noticed. So if you are going to be using it with the case, it makes it a little top heavy because this thing is super light. It's nothing but plastic. It's very, very, very light, but this feels okay in the hands. I have bigger hands, so I can hold this down no problem, but it may feel a little uncomfortable if you have lighter hands. All in all though, ooh, the buttons light up. That's pretty cool. So the buttons are also lighting up, and everything looks okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just right out of the gate, we're gonna go ahead and try Genshin Impact here and see what we get. Okay, so right out of the gate, it does not work, okay? So by default, no, it doesn't work, but I'm working with this app here after installing some updates. There's a few things to be said here. So this app here, what it wants you to do, here, we'll just go ahead and close out, that way you guys can see. So by default, it shows this, and you can see that the device is connected. The 4 is blinking. I'll look up what that is actually meaning, but 2 actually means that it's connected to iOS. I actually had it paired as if it was an Android. So basically, I tried to just add a preset, and when it does that, it gives you this, which is kind of confusing, but it's telling you to long press in order to add a picture. So all you have to do then is go to Genshin Impact and then take a screenshot. And now I'm just going to long press and then choose a picture. And I'm obviously going to take a screenshot of my cleat. So here is my screenshot there. And now I think you just map buttons to what you want it to do. So here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and save it. Save the preset scheme to the device. Save the preset in the app. We're going to save it to the device and hit OK. Save preset successfully. Okay, cool. All right. Wish me luck. Still nothing. Alrighty, forum. So what we've learned here is this controller, the Ipega PG9129, this controller is not supported on iOS 13.4, 5, 6, or 14 or higher. So I'm on iOS 14.3, which is not supported. So because of that, the buttons, well, I'm thinking that that's the reason, one of the reasons why the buttons aren't working, even though we have everything mapped properly. Of course, we don't have the alt map, but in any event, it doesn't really matter. We'll work on that when we can. So because of that, we're going to try to swap to one of the controllers they say is supported in another video. But then now we're just gonna go ahead and move over to Android right after we try Call of Duty Mobile. So we'll try Call of Duty Mobile once on iOS just to see if the buttons work. If they do, I'll let you know. And then we'll switch over to Android and see if it works on Android. And you go to settings. When it says connect controller, it say please pair your controller with the device via Bluetooth. It's already paired with here via Bluetooth, so it should show it as connected, but it's not showing it. Alrighty, so final thoughts on this guy. I don't like it. Well, the controller itself is relatively okay. It's nothing special as far as the controller goes. It's a pretty decent feel. The buttons are slightly weaker than something of a Razer Kishi. Not even close to like an Xbox controller or a Nintendo Switch controller. It's very plasticky. It's very light. If you put any kind of controller or any kind of phone on it that's relatively heavy, it will become top heavy, which means that you would have to use a little bit more force when actually holding it. The controller though is okay. What kills it is the app. The app is awful. So if we look at it from the Android's perspective, even though it was actually showing connected and we were able to map buttons, the buttons did not work whatsoever. It does not support higher versions of iOS, which is pretty much what everybody's on. I mean, it goes all the way back to like 13.6, and 13.6 was some time ago. So that means that most iOS can't even use it properly. So I'm already on 14.3. That lets you know just how far away it is. So it doesn't really support, as far as iOS goes, a lot of the iOS devices that are currently updated from iOS. So that's iOS. And then for Android, it doesn't even get past the device connected. It doesn't get to the point where I can even download the buttons and the configuration that I set up on the iOS. I can't even do that. I can't even get to that point. That's what's so bad about it. Like, even if it got me past the device connected, I was like, okay, cool, let me try with the Xbox controller or the Razer Kishi to see if I can get the device connected and then take it from there. No, it's not happening. It's an Ipega app. So that ShootingPlusV3 is an Ipega app, so it's looking for Ipega products, even though it won't see its own product. This is the 9129, and it's not seeing it at all. So all in all, it is a decent controller killed by software. There's not a whole lot more to say about it. It's actually quite sad. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Oh, also, to be fair, I did not try this with emulators, so if you guys are trying to look at this for emulators, let me know and I'll make another video. This is strictly for using it for like a Call of Duty Mobile, which is expecting a Bluetooth Xbox controller, and Genshin Impact, which is expecting your fingers as of right now. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and like, but if you really like it, I'm going to subscribe. I love you either way. Take care, all the best, and bye.